I'm sure those Aboriginal children, their parents are very grateful to you. I think in the book you also mentioned the important role that parents should play in the children's future. Do you want to talk about that? Because I'm a parent myself.
Okay.
What do you have to say to parents, because they do play a big role?
I think education, especially in Asia, we're very behind.
Mm-hmm.
We still believe examination is the only way to judge people's, young people's
Mm-hmm.
talent. We do not understand every young people have different talent and potential.
That is so true.
And you have to, as a parent or as a school teacher, their first job is not to examine the young people. It's trying to find the talent. Each individual is different.
Yeah, everybody's different.
I think Yates, from a long time, Yates have made a comment. He said, education is not pouring water into bucket, it is lighting a fire.
Okay.
But unfortunately, after so many years, we are still pouring water into buckets. In Taiwan, we call it 填鸭式教学.
Yes.
We're force-feeding knowledge to their knowledge.
Force-feeding.
To their brand. But unfortunately, when you force-feeding them, force them to memorize some of the things, they can easily today pick up an iPad, an iPhone, they can get all the answers, they can Google and getting all the answers they want. And we force the kids to use their brand, mistakenly, just force them to feeding a lot of knowledge. And so as a teacher, I think today, what we really need is your job is not to teach your young people. You are working with them to help them to discover problems, finding solutions. And even more important is, as a teacher, they always have to have the confidence to make the young people better than themselves, better than teacher themselves, rather than trying to only teach them and give them no alternative to think other possibilities.
Wow. What is your future plan? I'm sure you've got a lot of ideas right here. You know, plans, dreams about what you can do for the children. Maybe not only the children of Taiwan, but the whole community of Taiwan. What is your dream? I mean, you're always so mission oriented.
As your time go older, you know your time is limited. What you can do is also limited. So I, in one way, on a nationwide basis or worldwide basis, I'm trying to write my book. In the Chinese community, the book is selling not only in Taiwan, also in China, in Hong Kong, other places. So I'm trying to tell young Asian parents they should have different approach to their kids' futures. And the other thing is I'm concentrating myself at the East Coast. I believe instead of trying to do a little bit of everything everywhere, I should focus myself and trying to
in one area.
Trying to really try hard, learn hard, and finally you can demonstrate something that can work. You need some adjustments, you need to make some effort, but at the end, I hope there can be something for other destination can follow, or for the government can consider.
But it seems that you're starting to focus mostly on the art or the music area first.
Culture, their talent. And I'm trying to, for example, I'm seriously thinking about building a vocational school with bilingual vocational school.
Good.
Because when you have a bilingual vocational school, you let the young people really connect the world. Which in
that
Taiwan,
is so true.
You never have a vocational school have bilingual.
All right. Yes.
I would like to mention something about the Ministry of Education, Stanley, right? The Ministry of Education.
Yes.
That you show.
Right, Stanley Yin. Yeah, what he said about it.
I think it's very interesting the analysis he did. Like, don't put water into a bucket, but rather to light up a fire. So I think it's very interesting because in some Taiwanese universities there will be this trend of putting students into competition. Like, for example, if there are some grades, they will be sent by email revealing the names. So I think it's very surprising. I think it's very positive that there's people like him in Taiwan. And it would be positive if it also gets into some universities that they still have these kind of techniques of competition. Because I felt what you said about your father, it kind of applies as well in these kind of techniques.
So it seems like that's the conventional way of things, how things are done in Taiwan. I think Taiwan is learning, you know, it's changing, it's learning, but very gradually. You know, a lot of the trends, other countries catch on before it finally gets to Taiwan. So do you intend for me to say something to the education ministry? Is that what you say? I don't have that right.
Well, I think he has some
a
very
points.
Positive mindset, but some professors probably still have they still need to gradually change, and also, for example, openly say or compare students. I think that's very, from my point of view, it's very negative, and it's also even frustrating. Because I think every person should kind of challenge him or herself rather than compete, because everyone has a different background. So I don't think it's positive, and even I think it's, as you mentioned before, it can be even in somehow frustrating.
Yeah, like Stanley said, he said he's only one person. He wished that there would be more people that can do the same, you know, have the same goal, have the same dream and direction, and work together. It really takes more. But of course, it has to start with one person, and he's doing a great job. He said I forgot if that was the video I put, but he actually was invited to the government and spoke 3 times. But then at the end of it, he said, "I'm an idiot," because they weren't listening. They were just there and kind of looking at their watch and trying to say, "I'm sorry, I've got the next meeting to go to." I've written a letter to, when Ma Ying-jeou was Taipei City Mayor, I wrote an email to him because back then, when my kids were younger, this has to do with English. I have, you know, I'm critical about the way English is taught in Taiwan. My daughter was in kindergarten. She came back one day and said, Mom, I learned a song today." And she started singing. She said something, ramble, something, ramble. I'm going like, "Cynthia, what's ramble?" "Tai Hong ah." I said, "Oh, it's rainbow." He said, "No, teacher says ramble." And I'm going like, oh, I wanted to cry. Okay, then another time, it was at work, and I called to give my name. And so I spelled my name. I said Shirley. And the other person goes, "Huh?" And I'm going, Shirley. Oh! And I was like, oh, I wanted to cry again. You know, nothing critical of you guys, okay? But, so I wrote about this in the letter, because I think, but the thing is that he never wrote back to me. It was through a good friend. So my friend told me that, oh, he said that he got your email. He did get the letter. You know, I said, oh, okay. But, because I think afterwards I realized that there's nothing much that he can do. You want to try to change everybody's mentality in the government alone, it's going to, I don't know what it's going to take. It's not easy. So I think he's aware of the problem, but he doesn't know what to do about it. But anyway, Stanley decides that he's just going to, no matter what everybody else is doing, he says that he's just going to start it by one person, and as long as he lives, he's going to work on it. I think he's got a great heart. And I told him, I said, gosh, if there's anything I can help, because I'm in media, as if I can really help him, but, you know. But after, while preparing for this and watching his video again, I said I really, really want to get in touch with him and just let him know what I can really do, you know. But takes you starting, I don't know, and then getting people on it. It's hard because like you know, with global warming, I wish that everybody knows that you need to love the earth. So switch off the lights, you know, save energy. But if it's only just a small group, but you've got a whole world to educate, it's still going to be hard. I mean, I'm thinking the weather, now winter is like so cold, it's extremes. And in the summer, it's like so hot. I mean, when would it be when we just walk out there with short sleeve and we're going to get sunburned? Just a matter of seconds. I don't know if this is true. I'm not a scientist, but yeah. So, but thanks. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.